How to stop a panic attack in 60 seconds. What if I told you that in 60 seconds, you could interrupt a panic cycle, not by fighting it, but by turning towards it with one powerful skill? Now, I get it, panic sucks, but today I'm going to walk you through a technique that has helped hundreds or thousands of my clients and my students, and they're going to help you ride the wave of panic and come out stronger and more confident on the other side. Welcome. This is your Anxiety Toolkit. This is a podcast and a YouTube channel where I teach you everything you need to know about anxiety so that you can live your biggest, most beautiful life. My name is Kimberly Quinlan. I am an anxiety specialist, and I am on a mission to help you and thousands and millions of others suffer less from anxiety. So let's talk about it. Panic attacks can feel like a complete hijacking of your body and your brain. Maybe your heart races, your breathing becomes shallow, you might feel dizzy, detached, and you often will feel like something really catastrophic is about to happen. Often people will say they feel like they're going to die. Now, this is very, very common. And if you're here, you probably have tried everything to stop panic. But the truth is, panic cannot be forced away. If that was true, you wouldn't need this video, you wouldn't need me, you would be off on your way. What you need is a strategic, effective, and steady response. So here's the agenda for today. In today's episode, I'm going to teach you one piece of scientific research and evidence that will completely change how you view your emotions, especially panic. And I'm going to give you a 60-second strategy that I use with my clients that will stop the cycle of panic in its tracks. So let's get to it. Now, there is a Harvard-trained scientist. Her name is Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor, and she identified that the biochemical lifespan of an emotion is approximately 90 seconds. What it means is that when we are first triggered by a stimulus, something happens, somebody says something, you think something, you have a thought, you are in a place that triggers panic, you immediately have a physiological response. It takes you from here up to here. And this process includes the release of chemicals like adrenaline, cortisol in response to this trigger. Now, what we've found, though, is that experience, that response will dissipate in about 90 seconds, and it should be done. But I'm guessing that's not what's true for you, correct? Now, what happens is as that wave of discomfort or physiological response happens in your body, you respond in a way that reinforces the cycle, that creates a new trigger. So let's say you have the beginning of a panic coming on, and your response to that is, oh no, this is never going to go away. Or, oh no, here it comes again. This is going to be terrible. Or, oh no, I'm going to die, or something bad's going to happen. You actually start the clock over ultimately to the next wave and the next wave. And what it ends up looking like is it goes up and up and up and up and up because you're responding to that physiological response in a way that triggers a new physiological response in your body. Now, I don't want you to blame yourself. This is not your fault. This is a normal human response, but we are here to change it. Now, of course, here at Your Anxiety Toolkit, I am all about giving you specific tools, and I want to get to it as soon as possible. So let's go. Number one, we're always going to start with compassion. I get it. When you have panic, you feel terrible. You feel ridiculous. You feel like a complete failure. But I want you to remember that we always start with self-compassion, and it's the first thing we do, and we do it every single time. Not just sometimes, not when you're doing well. We do it when you're doing well or when you're not doing well. Self-compassion first, always. Now, here is the first skill I want you to try. When you start to notice it rising, what I want you to do is just become aware. Oh, I'm observing that this wave is happening. That's all you have to do. That's the first step. Because if you don't catch it, you're going to naturally and habitually respond in the old way, which is fighting it and resisting it and wrestling with it. Now, again, this is going to take baby steps. You are probably going to suck at this. We all do. But you're going to practice this on repeat, on repeat. It's like doing mental push-ups. Over time, you will get better at it. The second skill you're going to practice is you are not going to label the physiological physiological experience as bad, terrible, unwanted. Don't say it sucks. Don't wrestle against it. Do not label it with anything. This is the skill of non-judgment. And this is the thing you're going to have to practice a lot at the beginning, because your natural response is to go, this sucks. This is bad. I don't want it. From there, number 3 is you are going to practice not resisting it. You are going to ride that wave and let it do its thing, rising and fall on its own, without getting into a battle with it. Again, small baby steps. And this is the skill of willingness. For those of my clients who practice being willing, they are the ones who build mastery over panic. And I promise you, this is really doable. It just takes practice. You're going to practice doing nothing about it. Now let's talk about how. I want you to take a look at this girl. She is chill. She is relaxed. What do you notice about her? She's sitting back in her chair. Her hands are relaxed behind her head. Her facial expression is relaxed. She has slippers on, right? But when you have panic, what is your natural response? It's to clench and resist and grit your teeth and furrow your brow. And you're going to have to practice sitting back and putting your hands back or being relaxed. Think about, I always imagine like a surfer dude. Like a surfer dude is like swinging his arms and he's like, what's up, dude? You know, it's all good in the hood, right? Also think about like the dude, the guy from The Big Lebowski. Like you're practicing the body language of not caring. What you're going to do is you're going to allow this wave to rise and fall 90 seconds at a time. And you're going to practice bit by bit, not engaging, not engaging, not engaging, right? The skill number 4 to try is you are going to find ways to face panic on purpose. So once you practice those first 3 skills, and you've done that, let's say for a couple weeks or a couple days, if you're really willing and you're ready to get this nip it in the bud, you're then going to go, how can I find things that trigger my panic? How can I look for them on purpose, intentionally, so I can practice these skills and get as many reps as I can? You're going to need about 100. I usually tell clients about 100 to 1,000 reps to really master this, but you will notice a significant change in the first 10 that you do, like rapid turnaround changes once you practice these skills. Now, this is the skill of exposure. We talk a lot about this in all of our courses at CBT School. Exposure is the gold standard treatment for a lot of anxiety disorders. It's purposely practicing facing your fears. But it's important that you also include number 5, which is then you will identify any actions you take to fight or reduce that panic and reinforce that wave. You probably remember that back from the beginning. We don't want to do that. This is the skill of response prevention. Don't worry too much about that word. It's just scientific, evidence-based word for it. It's a bit clinical. Really what you want to do is you want to face your fear, but not engage in any wrestling, fighting, avoiding behaviors, reassurance-seeking behaviors, mental rumination behaviors. You don't want to beat yourself up. That's basically what we're doing here. Now, we talk all about this in your anxiety and panic toolkit. If you're wanting to go through this a little slower and go a little more deep into this, you can take the course. But for right now, this is all you really need. I want you to focus on these 5 skills I've given you, and you can practice them on repeat. But again, if you want to go deeper and you want to really master this, you can come on over to your anxiety and panic toolkit. Head on over to cbtschool.com. cbtschool.com, and you'll find it there. But the thing to remember here is that panic is loud, panic is scary, but it's not permanent. It's 90 seconds and it's not dangerous. And the thing is, you have to be willing to just ride waves of discomfort. Once you get good at that, you're actually going to feel really confident and you're going to feel like you've mastered this really hard thing. With the right tools, you can move through the panic rather than run from it. Now, here are some things to remember. You're not broken for having panic, and you're not broken if this is hard for you. This is hard for everyone. I've had to practice this myself in my own recovery. The other thing to remember is your body is doing what it's designed to do. There's nothing wrong with your body or your brain, and you have the capacity to ride this wave with grace and strength and compassion. We're just here to do 90 seconds at a time and not reinforce that cycle. Thank you for being here. I hope that was helpful. I'm so grateful. I know how important and valuable your time is. Please do subscribe and follow. I am so joyful you're here, and I'll see you in the next video.